So, it is Sunday, which means it's time for a Stashcast. And yeah, if you're curious to see what's in my stash and what I'm going to do with it, then stay tuned. I'm Aradia Noir. I'm the resident witch and creatrix over to Radia's Hand and Danae's Divine, where we create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. So, on Sundays, I like to do a Stashcast. And part of the reason that I do Stashcasts is that as a creative person, as an artist, as somebody who's inspired, and especially as someone who loves color and shiny objects, I'm like a barracuda. Yeah! Barracuda. I feel like there's a song about that. I had to look that up now. I might link it below because I'm a weirdo. Anyway, yeah. So, stash is the thing. Generally speaking, when I think of stash, I personally think of textile artists, but people who use beads definitely have stashes, and, you know, any sort of artist in which, especially if it's something small that you can just, like, buy in bulk, or it's not super expensive, or you just have, like, a good space to put it in, and the disposable income to buy it, or just the money to invest in it. Yeah, stash is probably a thing. And, you know, stash is fine. I try to keep my stash under control. I don't like having a huge stash, but I do like having variety and options. So stash is definitely something that I have. And then, of course, if I want one color, I want all the colors, because, of course, I do. And options. So, what have we got today in our stash is some DMC Pearl Cotton number 5. And there is... there's a pearl cotton, there's 8, 3, this is not pearl cotton, but there's 10, 20, 80, 100, I don't know if there's 60, but there's lots and lots of sizes of cotton, and, yeah, so, usually what people use it for is embroidery and crochet, and I say this crochet just because it's very likely that this is used for crochet, and you could knit with it, but these amounts, it's about 25 meters, so it's just under 30 yards, which is not a lot of anything. Yeah, so you could absolutely knit with these, but you won't get a whole lot made. And the things that you would normally crochet, like I've seen a lot of amigurumi, and incidentally, that's what I'm going to do with it. So, moving on to that, these are going to all be crocheted, and not all of them. Some of them will be crocheted, and some of them will be bobbin lace. So, because this person is not Patreon, I don't have to worry about them seeing it. I can tell you about... So, first we have this. This is orange. This apparently is called pumpkin, which, you know, it's a little bright for pumpkin, but, I mean, whatever. I really do think that they should let me name things, because I think my sense of what to call things is way better than whoever the hell is naming these things. Because... no, just no is what I have to say about it. Also, my names would be more fun, and I think that, you know, humor is a fantastic advertising tool. I mean, look at Old Spice, and Lumi, and Poopery, and all kinds of, yeah, people remember those things because they're hilarious. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, I have a couple of colleagues who love orange, and I decided, you know what, I would like to make them some orange. One of them, we are not talking. Our lives just diverged so much that we don't have time to talk to one another, which sounds really weird, but, like, we didn't get to a fight. We're not mad. It's just they're busy. And, you know, if by being busy, I mean that they took off and are able to do all kinds of things and have more opportunities, I'm here for you being that busy. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. They got a lot of gigs and a lot of stuff going on, so yeah. Anyway, whatever. The other one is Gigi. If you are in the yarn community and you don't know who Gigi is, I don't know what kind of rock that you've been under, but Gigi is Gay Glass Pie? I don't actually know how to say her last name. So if she ever sees this, Gigi, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. I don't know why I didn't ask you. But she's absolutely this wonderful, lovely knitter / crocheter. She loves big, chunky, thick wools. If you hear anything about Wool and the Gang, she does a lot of work for them. She's got her own website. She's got patterns she's made. She's had yarn named after her. I mean, I think that's a gold medal right there. You get yarn named after you, because that means that you were distinct. You were distinctly associated with something, and naturally it is orange. So hence this. Also, this particular one, because I think this is what they had that I liked. I have since discovered that they have, I think, about 300 colors now, and 12 or 15 of them are new. And if you know anything about yarn, thread, or whatever, whenever you go to a store, they don't have everything. And there's a reason, because some things are more popular than others. It's generally, if you pay attention, there are some colors that will seem to come up in certain seasons. There's a reason for that, and that's because they're more popular, they're more likely to sell. So, and, you know, it's also just not one of those things you think about it, but then, you know, it's the same thing with clothes. There's definitely certain palettes that you see a little more frequently. You do not see spring colors in the middle of winter, like at the beginning of winter, really, not the middle of winter. And, you know, we got to put the whole advertising, like 6 to 8 weeks aside, because there's that, like, you know, it'll be July and you'll be seeing Halloween stuff come out, right? You know, that aside, yeah, you're just not, there's certain things that are going to be harder to find during certain periods of the year. And like jewel tones at the beginning of spring is not easy. You're more likely to find pastels and light colors. Anything springy, right? Because that's what we're thinking about, and therefore that's what we're more apt to buy. And that's an intelligent way to go about business. But I think this is the only orange they had, or it was the only orange they had that I liked. Those are the two options. So this is going to become a bobbin lace bracelet. I will make it as soon as my pillow doesn't have something else on it. I do have a larger pillow, but it is so large it's unwieldy. And I don't like the idea of having this huge ass pillow, and then just, I can't do anything with this. Like, that's not going to be helpful to me. So there's that. Okay, I thought I was imagining something, and I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, stuff. Thanks. Woo. That's it. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this because it's also really soft, which pearl cotton tends to be on the softer side, as opposed to mercerized cotton, which is very shiny, but is, you know, can be a little stiff. I mean, and that's really cotton in general, but I haven't worked with this yet, so I don't know how it's going to behave after it's been worked. So I'm very curious to see that. And I think I'm going to have to design a very specific, I think I'm going to have to make a specific design for this, actually, because the design I have right now is really wide. Actually, you know, I could show you. Like, if you were here Friday, then you've seen it. But this design, so this is with 83, size 80? Yeah, I think it's size 83. That is, you know, you can see the top, those little tiny strands, right? Yeah, compared to where's that guy who's sticking out? This thing right here, yeah, that's huge. That's really big, which means to get this lacy look, it would probably have to be like this big, and I don't like that idea. And I don't think it'll work. So I'm probably gonna have to design something else, which is gonna be frustrating because I'm gonna have to draw it. And design is a bitch. Okay, look, really, don't ever become a designer. Don't do it. Don't do it unless you want to be frustrated all the time, unless you want to try something and fail, unless you want to think that your ideas are always going to work, and they just never, like, if you're already doing that, I mean, it's just fine, go ahead, whatever. But if you don't want to pour hours into something that doesn't work, going into design is not a good idea, because you will do that a lot. There are no limits up here, right? I mean, there's the limit to what you can see, I guess, right? Like, to what you can imagine. But yeah, there's this, it's just a mess, okay? It's just an absolute mess. And I swore that I would never become a designer, and I'm a big fat liar. So yeah, I guess this is what we're doing. And I hate experiments. I really do. Which means reasons I'm not a scientist, because you're going to fail so many times. And then you have to have somebody peer review your work, which is not like it actually happens as often as it should be, because, you know, stuff and things like, oh, well, it already worked already, so we don't need to do it again. Yes, you do. You do, because it could be a fluke. It could be all kinds of things. Walnuts. Where's my drink? Oh, it's my tripod. Okay, well, I can't have anything to drink. All right, that's cool. Only because my water is sweating to death, and I don't want it dripping all over my planner, because I had to make a video for y'all with that. Anyway, thanks, walnuts. I've been getting lost a lot lately, and hopefully I'll have an answer to why. It's not a tumor. It's not cancer. I mean, if it is, I'm not going to know this week, but that's not what's going on. I've got to evaluate it, because I keep getting lost, and it's really weird, and it's disconcerting, and it's frustrating, to say the least, especially when you have a lot to do. Really? Again? Shit. So there's that. Ducks. See, I'm lost again. Oh, yeah. It's for Gigi. And now I'm having this thought. I might do this thing. I'm just going to kind of throw this out here. I'm going to talk to my patrons about this. But I'm thinking for October, I might do all of my videos public and see where that goes. Why not? Right? It's just 31 days. Max amount of days. And actually, we're going to start today, because while it's not October yet, I mean, why not? It's Sunday. It's the first day of the week, so yeah. Anyway, things. Walnuts, ducks, crackers, cheese and crackers. So, that's for Gigi. And I gotta design something. And I have a feeling I'm gonna do flowers and leaves. I also have a feeling that I would like to do it not symmetrical. I mean, like this, where it's perfect on either side. I mean, perfect is a relative word, but you know, the design matches. But I think I want to, what is that word? I don't know what it is, but similar word, offset. So I'm probably gonna have a flower here, and then like one here, and then one there, and there, and then in between have like leaves or something. I don't know. I might even like record that design process, because that'll be interesting, trying to like sketch it out, because I know I find it interesting. Let's see if we can get this like under 15 minutes. Like, that's the goal, because I don't know. It's probably not going to happen. So sorry, my bad. Anyway, okay, it's these other colors. I'm also going to make crochet dolls with this. So they're one of my patrons, so they're already know. But I made a frog doll and gave it to a very good friend of mine, who's incidentally also a patron of mine. And I decided, it would be really awesome if I made a doll for the doll. It's gonna be freaking adorable. So that's what these are for. We've got the skin tone, right? The little suit. There's some black. I think it's the eyes. No, the eyes are buttons. I don't know what the black is for. I have no idea. Oh, well, that's a thing. Did I imagine that? Or did I just pick up black for no reason? I don't know. And there's white, which I'm now thinking there's no white in this doll. I know there's red, and I don't have any red, which is why I looked back there earlier. I was just like, wait a minute, is there red? No, there's not red. But I don't know. I don't know. So I think what I thought to myself is, hey, there's actually some red. It's just a different size. You should use a different size, and that's why I didn't worry about it, because I knew I had the other stuff, but I don't actually know, because I don't. I feel like, God, my eyes twitching is driving me insane. I feel like I bought the black and the white for a reason, and I feel like I bought them together. And I feel like I could be lying about that. I gotta be honest with you. I have no idea. But we're just gonna go with it and say, yeah, commit to the idea. I have a very good friend that's a joke between us. It's like, if you're gonna make a mistake, just commit. Just go the full 9 yards, right? You've already said it, so why not? Then there's these. These are just because I like green. I don't like all shades of green. I'm not overly fond of chartreuse, which incidentally, that's what this one is called. Yeah, I looked at the names. I really wanted to know what they were called, because I like to label things, and I don't like not having a label for things. Anyway, maybe it's this one that's chartreuse. I don't know. Chartreuse is really like this kind of neon-y yellowish green. It's really bright. There is an alcohol that's called chartreuse, and it's labeled that, and I think it's because it's a beverage. That's not really a reason, but it's translucent or semi-translucent, and so it's not as dark as maybe it would be if it was opaque. Does that make any sense? Do you understand what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, I love green. I also like purple and blues, and except for navy. I hate navy. I hate navy so much. I have like this axe to grind with navy, but stuff and things. Oh my gosh, what is this? What is going on here? That's what happens when you have long hair. You find it everywhere. I was eating my hair the other day. It was terrible. But ducks. So it's really funny. I can see this here, and I didn't realize, because I'm trying not to look at my face, because I'm trying to look at the camera, so I look like I'm looking at you, because like that's the whole point, right? And I've got it down here, and I'm just like, I can see these, and I'm like, nobody can see these. I was like, oh, so there we go, yay. But I like green. Yeah, that was like the whole thing. I like green. Yay, green. And I want to buy all the colors. My wallet's not going to agree with that, so we're not. Also, I have this moratorium on more supplies unless they have a specific use, so I'm not allowed to buy anything extra. We'll see how long that lasts. I would like to do a no spend in October. It's not going to work. Already know it's not going to work. I'm trying to make an exception for like gas money and stuff, but like try not to buy any more supplies or yarn. I don't have a lot of confidence. So we might have to push this bad boy to November. I don't know. But yeah, stuff. Thanks. Walnuts. What does this outline say? So obviously they're all still in hanks. I've done nothing with them yet, which is most of the time how these stashes go. Although, no, that's really how the art holes go. The stashes, hopefully I've used it, but I haven't. And if you can see behind me, there's that like monstrous whatever. Yeah, that would be the cat. Got a hold of my pumpkin. So, funny story. I took a picture of all of these. Right, all of them. Looked at it, and I grabbed the orange pumpkin whatever that was like kind of messy. Not the one that's looks like yarn guts. If you've ever pulled out a center pull and it like kind of knotted and stuck together, and it just looks like the skein threw up. Yeah, that's what it looks like, only it's struggling to be in a hank, and it's failing. Well, I took a picture of all these, and I looked down, and I was like, that orange looks really messy. And I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll get the nicer one to do on camera with me, and it won't be a big deal. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's going to drive you up a wall. It's not going to match. And then you're going to presumptively, that's not the word I want, compulsively have to explain it. And then it's going to be like, well, why didn't you just get that one then? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a reason for these things. Because I don't think sometimes. And that's because there's too much noise up here. So it's really hard to think coherently. Yeah. So, like I said, nothing's done with them yet. Also, not only do I have this material moratorium, this does not include tools, by the way, because I need more tools. I always need more tools. It's the only kind of tools I need in my life, right? Are ones for making things. Not the other kind. I don't need those. But, oh God, I got lost again. Shit. Trying to jumpstart the brain here. Oh, I also am not supposed to be starting any new projects. Fat chance of that happening. I have a feeling I'll probably break that one before I'll break the no more materials one, just because I get bored easily. Yay for being ADD. And it's just a mess. So yeah, that's it. If you want to see pictures of these like static and not around and like compare them side to side, you should scroll down to the post below. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will gosh, where am I going to put this? I'll probably put it way at the top because it's not part of my normal outline, but I'll put a link to the post on Patreon, which I'm thinking I'm going to make public. I've decided that we're going to try this and see what happens, even though I hate experimenting. And it's all data. It's all information. It is therefore useful. Just do it. Okay. Just walk yourself through it. Anyway. Oh my God. I hope y'all are entertained, like really, because this is on brand for me, really. But if you want to see pictures, scroll down, go to Patreon. If you're on Patreon, that means you're a patron. So, well, actually, no, maybe it doesn't, because this is going to be public, right? So everybody's going to see this. Anyway, but whatever. But yeah. Also, below, I have, I've got links to where you can buy these or where you can look at them. I'm also going to put you a link to my stash of these. Like, these are all the colors I have right now, but I will link to my stash, which means maybe if you look at this later, I will have gotten more, hopefully, because so many pretty colors, like 300. I need all of them. It's 308 to be exact. And we're going to put this note in here because I don't actually have this link here. My pearl cotton size 5 stash. And that's going to be on Ravelry. So if you're not part of Ravelry, you're not going to be able to see it. Sorry. I don't know why you're not part of Ravelry. It's an awesome place to be. Although if you're not a fiber person, like a yarn person, really knitting or crochet, maybe some weaving and spinning, I mean, I can understand why you're not there. And unfortunately, it's not a place for embroiderers or sewing people. However, I'm still going to put all my projects up there because it's a really convenient place to put my projects. And I don't care. I'll do what I want. So, yeah, pretty much that's what I do. Oh, gosh, my eye's twitching again. Anyway, so, links below. See all the size 5. That's not... it says there's 304 in the link, but I really feel like they said 308 on the thing. I don't know. Just go look at the link. It'll be fine. But I'm going to end this with a question. And of course, some, whatever. I would love to know from you in the comments below. Do you have any pearl cotton size 5, specifically DMC pearl cotton size 5, because that's what we're talking about? If you have other stuff, I mean, I guess you can tell me if you want to, because you're going to do what you want anyway, which is, again, that's how I think about the world. But let's try to stay focused, sort of, maybe. Pot, this is Kettle calling. Hello. Yeah. So I would love to know what you have. Have you seen all the colors? Oh my gosh. Are you super excited like I am? And what have you done with it? Yeah, I don't know how you can share pictures. If you can just tell me about it. That's fine. And if you've got like a you know, way to share pictures, then yeah, by all means do so. Anyway, yeah, now, so, we're gonna end this video. It is 10 minutes over. Yay! Sorry. Kind of, maybe a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm not sorry. Unapologetically weird. So, if you enjoyed this video, yay! Like, subscribe, tell your friends, share this with other people. And know that I am over on Patreon, and if you want to see more videos like this, and if this whole experiment works, then there will be more videos like this, as in, they will be public, I don't know. Then join me on Patreon, because that lets me continue to do this, without feeling like I'm taking time away from my work that is actually paying me, so there's that. Yeah, which is, sounds like really shitty, honestly, it does, but I'm a working artist, gotta make money, and part of why I have a Patreon, real quick, is, you know what, maybe this isn't your thing. This is not finished, by the way. Maybe it's not, you know, I love lace, I love how it looks, not gonna wear it. Why? Because my life is not set up for lace, I don't have that kind of life, it will get destroyed, and, I can't tell you how much this is, because I don't have a price tag yet. Partially because it's not done. I mean, that one's not done. There's one that's done. But also because raisins. Yeah. So for those who don't know, raisins are raisins. And that's because raisins is more amusing to me than reasons, but raisins. I like food a lot. And if you go over to my Patreon, you'll notice that. All of my tiers are named something to do with food. Let's see, we've got, oh gosh, I gotta look it up now, I gotta tell you. Because if you're not there, you're not gonna... And, you know, we've already made this video like 27 minutes long, why not? Just go ahead. Ooh! Somebody I'm following has some pretty yarn that I have no business looking at. You see that no spend October is slowly going up in flames, right? Oh my gravy. Oh my gravy. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Here. So we've got Nosh. Nosh is $1 or more. And it's my daily posting. So this right here, this whole thing, you would get to watch me be a total nut. Max 7 times a week. Generally speaking, more like 4 to 5. I don't know, because I don't know, because there's other things that come up, so sometimes it doesn't work out. Because some of those extra videos go over to my hors d'oeuvres. Oh, fancy French. And you'll get all of my special things. So like the video that I have to do for tomorrow is a Bujo setup, that, my Kaylin cast, my Lunar cast, my Sabbath cast. I think that's all of them. My Celtic cast, yeah, when I do this. It's not very often. Those are all... Oh, and I said I was going to do this studio share there. I don't know that I've done that, honestly. But basically, the Nosh is the every week videos, right? The daily ones. And the orders are the monthly ones. So generally speaking, they either happen once or twice a month, and that's it. It also includes a potluck post, which are all those like random filler posts that I don't have anything else to say. So I'm just like, whoa, draw something that have what we're going to talk about today. I'm scrolling. And then there's 11sies, because I'm a nerd. Does you know about luncheon? Brunch? Dinner, supper, what's taters? Oh my god, yes. And that you get all of, so first of all, if you don't know, this is usually how it works, but if you get this tier and you go above it, you get that tier and then everything below it, right? Or above it, or from the less than, you know. So you would get all of these weekly postings, all of my monthly postings, my potluck posts, of course, and access to my exclusive lenses. And then I do Reiki on a monthly, basically, and you will be included. You won't have to sign up. I'll just include you. Then we have the entree. You know, a lot of these words are French. Noticing that? I mean, 11sies actually is a thing, by the way. I looked it up. It's like an English word, like England English. I just thought it was like some made up thing. And I mean, I guess all words are made up, really. Like, really? What is it? It's not what Thor says. Like, all words are made up. And it was like, oh, one-eyed dude is right. Dirty space pirate angel. So you get all those things above, and you're part of my crossing right when you go for the entree. And the crossing right is just this yay thing. SpaghettiOs. Can you tell I have kids? I mean, that doesn't mean that if you like SpaghettiOs, you have kids. But yeah, all those wonderful sounds. That is hey. I had to plug in my phone. So we gotta hurry up. Yeah, sorry and stuff. Also, I don't want this split into 2 videos because then I'm gonna have to put it together, and I just don't want to do that. But you'll get all that stuff and that. Be part of my crossing right. Yay! And then there's the smorgasbord. I love that word so much. Everything, and I'll do my meditative message for you, which is a special reading. And then finally, the Chuck Wagon, which is all of these things. And if I do any classes, like, I don't mean small tutorials, I mean full-on class that I put together, you get it. And, of course, you can pledge at whatever, like, tier that you want, right? You don't have to claim the awards. I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, I like stuff. I like stuff! I need things! Freaking grr. Yeah. Freaking happy. I see an alligator. I think he's an alligator. Yeah, that's from Hey Dougie. Did I mention I have kids? Anyway, we gotta hurry this up. So, I would love you to join me over on Patreon. I'd love you to subscribe over here on YouTube if that's where you're watching this. And you shouldn't be watching this anywhere other than those 2 places, because why? And if you are, you should tell me so I can fix it. But thank you for being here. Thank you for stash diving with me. And I look forward to seeing you more. And remember, we're probably going to do this weird experiment where all of October's videos are public. Including the 2 last ones in September. So we can see how this works out. Does this lead anywhere? And then I'll probably leave them out, because they're public, I'll leave them off. But, yes, that's it. Toodles. So long, farewell. Alfreda saying goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow.